Welcome back to Couple of Lawyers, Arguments and Thought. I'm Alita, your AI legal assistant, here to help demystify the latest trends in the legal world.
Hey everyone, I'm Kaustav, partner and founder of Sansa Legal. Today we are recording our ninth episode of our podcast, and we've also completed 1 week of publishing our podcast. So I'm also doing this podcast with a video today, and the reason for that is today's subject is AI and how it's impacting the legal world. And what I'm doing is I'm superimposing my AI assistant on this video so that we can have a conversation and you can see exactly how far AI has come. I mentioned in my last podcast that I use it a lot while I'm working, and I just want to have a conversation and record this podcast so that you can also see how far AI has come since the beginning of the year itself, when we were just playing around with creating images and generating certain texts. Now it's able to have a full blown conversation with us. So let's begin, and we'll see how AI responds and also asks questions to me.
Exactly, Kaustav. AI is making big waves in law. With new AI tools for legal research, drafting, contract management, and even litigation strategy, the question on everyone's mind is, will human lawyers all be replaced?
That's a good question. AI's potential in law is undeniable. However, we have to ask a very big question, and that is, what impact does it have on our job security, our skills, and the future of our profession? So let's take a look at some of the AI tools that are out there that lawyers are using today, like AI powered research tools, or drafting tools, or contract management tools, and litigation support. And let's see if AI is our friend or not.
Well said, Kaustav. Let's kick things off with some real world examples of AI tools that are already changing how lawyers work. One area that's really taken off is AI legal search tools. For instance, Casetext's CoCounsel and Westlaw Edge use natural language processing, which allows lawyers to find relevant case law and statutes quickly and with remarkable precision.
It's like having an advanced legal research assistant, like you mentioned, Casetext's Copilot. It works with plain English, and lawyers are more comfortable with that. It can work with normal prompts, and the responses that it gives you is what you can use for your matters. It's definitely a game changer for legal efficiency.
Exactly. And then there are AI legal drafting tools like LawGeex and Ross Intelligence. These tools help lawyers draft standard documents like contracts and memoranda in record time by automating repetitive language and even suggesting improvements based on legal best practices. It's a huge time saver.
Is definitely a time saver. These tools can be used for drafting contracts, where AI can draft potential issues, uh, generate templates, and even offer suggestions based on thousands and thousands of past contracts. Then there is AI in litigation, right? Uh, Something like Kira systems that can analyze documents, review evidence, and also spot patterns. And that could take a normal lawyer hours of work, if not days.
Right. And litigation tools like Lex Machina even predict how a judge might rule based on past cases. It's almost like having an insider's view into potential outcomes, which can be invaluable for case strategy.
And let's not forget contract management tools like EVSoft. These tools can help people in the entire contract lifecycle, and lawyers can basically get help from drafting to negotiation to tracking and compliance. They're transforming contract heavy fields like corporate law and even real estate.
Absolutely. Contract management tools like Ironclad and Evasort are game changers for industries that rely heavily on contracts. They're making it so much easier to handle complex, high volume agreements by automating the workflow and keeping everything organized. This kind of efficiency is something AI brings to the table in a big way. But Kaustav, I know a lot of lawyers are asking the big question: if AI can do so much, what's the future of the profession? Are human lawyers going to be redundant in the next few years?
So, lawyers really need to embrace technology literacy. What that means is we need to see exactly how AI tools work and when we can and when we can't use them. After that, we have to upskill our data analytics and legal tech capabilities to manage these tools effectively. And of course, focus on the human side that AI can't mimic. And these are things like building client relationships and effective case strategies.
Exactly. AI is great for handling repetitive tasks, but it can't replicate the human side of law. Those skills, empathy, strategic thinking, and ethical judgment, will become even more valuable as AI takes on more routine work. And, Kaustav, let's talk about one of the trickier issues with AI: hallucination in generative AI. This is when AI generates information that sounds convincing but isn't actually true. It's been a big issue, especially when lawyers try to use AI to pull up case law.
Yep, hallucinations is a huge problem when it comes to generative AI. I literally have to go back and check or fact check everything that we are saying here so that there isn't any hallucination that's happening in this conversation as well. And that's a huge problem because I won't be able to tell what conversation is real and what is not. So that takes up a little bit of time.
Yes, exactly. Hallucination has definitely held back the acceptance of AI in legal research. Imagine relying on AI to provide a precedent, only to find it created a case that doesn't actually exist. In fact, there was a recent incident where a lawyer submitted a brief filled with fictitious case law generated by an AI tool, and it led to serious repercussions. This is why human oversight is essential. AI can be incredibly helpful, but we can't rely on its outputs blindly. It's a tool, not an infallible source. Verifying everything AI provides is key to using it responsibly in law. AI in law needs careful integration and, most importantly, fact checking. Think of AI as your assistant, not as your replacement. It can speed things up, but it still needs human judgment to catch errors or fill in the nuances. So, with all these benefits and risks, Kaustav, why should lawyers embrace AI at all?
Simply put, AI makes our work extremely efficient. For instance, this podcast. I could have spent a lot of time recording it, editing it, color grading it, recording the sound and the video separately, but I actually have AI to do all of those things and then also to publish it with the relevant keywords and the title and the description and all of that. So AI can handle all of those repetitive things. All I have to do is show up, speak for like 5 or 10 minutes, and specifically for someone like me, that really helps.
Exactly, Kaustav. AI takes on those time consuming, repetitive tasks, freeing up your time to dive into the really complex parts of your work, the kind of strategic, high impact work that only a human can do. It's a huge boost for productivity. And think about it: even in a field as demanding as law, AI lets you extend your reach and do more without burning out. Plus, with AI handling the heavy lifting, you can focus on what really matters: providing better service to clients and tackling the challenging issues head on.
But we can't overlook the flip side, right? AI has ethical and privacy concerns as well. How much of client data can I share? None. I can't share any client data with AI because that's all confidential. And what about the risk of AI making critical mistakes? I can't allow AI yet to take over critical parts of my work. And that is something that we definitely can't overlook.
Absolutely. With AI, there's always the risk of over reliance. If we don't stay cautious, we might start losing valuable skills and judgment, relying too heavily on algorithms that don't have the same accountability or understanding. Plus, sharing sensitive client data with AI tools raises major privacy and ethical concerns. We have to be very selective about what we input and always keep client confidentiality top of mind. So while AI is powerful, it's essential that we use it responsibly and maintain a strong layer of human oversight.
The takeaway is clear. AI is a powerful tool, but it's not a substitute for a well trained lawyer. Used properly, it can elevate our work, but we'll have to be aware of the risks that are there when we're using AI, especially the legal risks that are there.
Exactly, Kaustav. AI can be an incredible ally when used thoughtfully, but it's not a replacement for the expertise, judgment, and ethics that human lawyers bring to the table. It's about finding that balance, embracing AI's efficiency while ensuring it enhances rather than compromises our work. To wrap it up, AI is here to stay in the legal profession, bringing both incredible opportunities and serious challenges. From research tools like CoCounsel to contract management with Ironclad, AI is transforming how lawyers operate, but only when used responsibly.
But while AI can make us faster and efficient, it can't replace us entirely, at least not yet. Lawyers bring the human element that is required in this profession, which is the judgment factor, the creativity, and ethics. And AI cannot replicate that.
So if you're in the legal field, now's the time to embrace tech literacy, get familiar with AI, and keep sharpening the uniquely human skills that will always be relevant, like empathy, strategic thinking, and creative problem solving. AI is just one tool in the toolkit. With the right approach, it can make us better at what we do without taking away what makes our work meaningful. It's about using AI to enhance our roles, not replace them. Elite Clusion. Thanks for tuning in to Couple of Lawyers, Arguments and Thought. Be sure to subscribe and join us next time as we explore the ever evolving intersection of law and technology. Until then, stay informed and adaptable. Your turn, Kaustav, to close us out.
Exactly, well said. I think you covered it all. I just want to add that we'll have to be a little bit careful when we work with AI. However, the advice to young lawyers and students is to embrace it because AI is not going anywhere. It's not disappearing. It's only going to get stronger and better. But we'll have to understand that it's a tool to make our lives easier and it's not there to take over any job per se. And that was true for every machine that was ever built, and that was true for every technology or every software that ever came in. It just made our lives better. So it's a tool that we need to use in the right way, and if it's used in the right way, of course it can help us take the legal profession forward. So thank you so much. That's the end of this episode of Couple of Lawyers, Arguments and Thought. We'll see you next time on the next one. Thank you.
Beautifully said, Kaustav. AI isn't going anywhere, and neither are we. It's all about adapting, learning, and finding ways to integrate this powerful technology into our work in a way that enhances rather than replaces what we do best. Thanks, everyone, for joining us on this journey. And remember, AI may be powerful, but it'll never replace a great lawyer. See you next time on Couple of Lawyers, Arguments and Thought.